Doors closing. Lift going down.
Well, this place brings back memories. Not that I've been buried here before and this is my reincarnated self. No, but I did live just around the corner from here for a year on a friend's couch. I'd moved to Bakewell, but I couldn't afford the rent, and a friend was very kind to me and we cohabited. Well, I invaded his space like a cuckoo in the nest for a whole year and commuted on the 218 bus to Bakewell from Sheffield. And I slept on the sofa bed in the lounge. There wasn't a spare bedroom, and we shared the cooking. We were both decent cooks and some of the expenses. And it's quite remarkable how well we got on for a whole year. And in the mornings, as I say, his flat was a top floor flat with a lovely view. And I used to come running here. Which way shall I go? Well, I'm on my way to lunch, so I'm going to go the direct way, but you can see the path behind me, and I used to do 5, 6 or 7 laps in the morning, running, jogging. Yes, me. Jogging. This is about 6 years ago now, I think, when I was younger and fitter. And I have very fond and grateful memories of my time here. So it's coming flooding back, not only because I'm physically here retracing the steps, albeit still in the icy snow. It's melting a bit. I'll be able to take this bobble hat off, I think, later today and tomorrow. But yeah, I'm currently partway through editing my journals from the time I moved from Sheffield to Bakewell to sit with John, and as I say, a whole year I spent here doing morning runs amongst other things. Gosh, how the time flies, eh? This is called the General Cemetery. Not that it's full of generals, you understand, but well, I don't know why it's called the General Cemetery, because anybody could, I presume, anybody of any faith could be buried here. But I happen to know that's not true. Because at the far end, there's a separate enclave for Jewish graves. So I know nothing about the Jewish community in Sheffield. I think I only have one outwardly Jewish friend from those days that I know of. So I'm no authority, and I wouldn't know or understand why there would be such separation in death as much as in life. Isn't it funny? The totally, I would say, oh, here we go, thin ice again, Shanks. I would say I am going to say these totally man-made divisions between one faith and another. Now then, that's set a cat amongst the icy pigeons, hasn't it? Behind me is an abandoned chapel, and even when I lived here 6 years ago, there was a planning application in to turn it into posh flats. But clearly, apart from it being a home for pigeons, well, quite luxury accommodation actually for pigeons, if you're a pigeon, clearly nothing's happened to that. Many of Sheffield's steel barons, like Paul Firth, which made Sheffield famous for its steel and cutlery and silverware and pewterware, many of them are buried here in the general cemetery. We might pass one or two. You can tell they're big names because they've got big monuments. What are you going to have on your grave or urn? And what's it going to say on it? Spike Milligan, I told you I was ill. But and in my evangelical days, I might have had something cryptic like just visiting this planet, you know, see, something like that. Now, who's this? This is a big one. In Sheffield, you would say, "Thine's a big 'un, kid." Well, thine's a big 'un, kid. Who is it? It's Henry Jessup, the crucible steel manufacturer. There we are. Oh, there's a hospital named after, a maternity hospital named after him, Jessup Hospital. I wasn't born there, I was born in Liverpool. And my two children were not born there either. They were born in Nether Edge Hospital. So, depending on how successful you are in life, evidently you get a bigger monument. Mine's going to be tiny, like the tiny house. The lettering on the outside of the tiny house, as you may know, is writer in residence. I might actually have that transferred to my grave when I've gone. Oh dear, writing in the underworld. I don't know if you can tell, but it is quite a steep cobbled path. This is the path I regularly ran down when it wasn't icy to start my run. Oh, and I didn't finish telling you that when I was learning Spanish, I was trying to maintain my Spanish, and as I did a circuit of the cemetery, I had a sort of clocking point where I'd count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'd make up some rhyme that rhymed with it. I can't even hazard a guess, but I made up sort of Spanish little phrases that rhymed with uno, duo, duo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Haven't lost it. Coming back to the things that separate us even in death, like religious belief. See what I did there? This is a follow-on from yesterday's on we are not our belief. Well, we can make out we are our beliefs, but it's Sunday today, for what it's worth. But this morning I've been troubled in a good way by thoughts from both Joan Tollefson and from in a very positive, grown-up, adult, mature, courageous way to the recent John video on divine justice. Thank you, Joan. Really very helpful, if challenging also to me personally. And also further reflections. I have now on thoughts. Further reflections on thoughts. I have to watch my footing, otherwise I shall be on my arse. Yes, thoughts about thoughts. And I posted that link below my video, Penny for Your Thoughts. a couple of days ago to a YouTube video conversation between Mr. Mishlove, forgotten his first name, and a spiritual teacher, I don't think he'd call himself that, who I've never heard of. And my friend Joya says she's known about him for 15 years or more. So I'm really off the pace. GU, no, I've got it wrong already. I can't even put two consonants together. UG Krishnamurti. And I have now watched my first half-hour conversation on the origin of thoughts. Well, I'm shocked, and I'm not going to go into it in any detail yet because I'm still reeling from it. I feel as unsteady as on the ice on the cobbles just there. It has unsteadied me, but I will mull it over my lunch and red wine. But if I've understood him, Mr. Krishnamurti is seriously saying that our thoughts are not our own thoughts, and in fact they sort of collude, that's a good word, they collude each other to create this illusionary self which it then seeks to protect, because the thoughts know that if we rumble them, it's game over. So I feel like I'm in a bit like in Alien, inhabited by an alien. I feel as though my thoughts are like the Trojan Horse. They're the soldiers hidden in the Trojan Horse, and they're out to get me. That can't be healthy. I'm going to have to come back to you on that.
Lift going up.